Olympus Squeaks, a short story by C Neuffer. It's all Greek to me doesn't always mean what people think it does. The stubborn sprite buzzed around my bedroom half the night, tipping over the Zen tower and tossing my Dungeons & Dragons dice collection in the air like confetti, while throwing out snide comments that Batman isn't a real superhero. Then she peppered me with a constant stream of bad dad knock-knock jokes. That finally crumpled me. "Let's see your press credentials," I said. "I don't give interviews to just anyone." The sparkling pest produced a Delphi-certified press card for the Muse News. "Yeah, heard of 'em," I said, giving her the one eye. "Kinda tabloid, isn't it, miss?" I gave the card 2 flicks with my pointer finger. "Miss... Damien?" With eyes too bright and a smile too broad, she said,
"A girl's gotta eat."
Then added the sad disclaimer of those trapped in a gig economy.
"Just temporary until something better comes along. Whadda ya say, Benny? A smart 16-year-old boy like you can leverage an interview into a big deal. Merch sales and fame await on the other side."
That's sus. I'm keeping my future just a few days in front of me. No responsibilities and no plans except getting elbow deep into bougie fun this summer. "What's the upside for me?" I asked. She better toss out a deep sell or spin away.
"Lifetime subscription?"
The little snit replied, as if offering me every hack from the EA Games library. I batted the little conniver off my shoulder. "Muse News is free on the GreekNet for everyone." She flitted back, dragging on my t-shirt collar.
"Not the Titans-only stuff. Real juicy. And it gives you an insta-peek into the future. Some legit, straight scoop. Real steam heat. Besides, as a Titan-tagged human, you also get..."
She stuck her face in front of mine, paused, and looked around as if any normal could see or overhear our conversation.
"You get a premiere seat for 2 new releases from Athena Pictures."
Not dank enough, but she's hooked herself into a negotiation. When I'd been a resistant guest of Titan Chaos, he took me to the screening of 12 Angry Nymphs. Waste of a week. "How long do you need?" I tugged the line to get more out of this little snipe. Brightening, she said,
2 days, 3 tops. Starting tomorrow morning. Gotta get my editor's final on it."
"I want a zone controller too, for the summer." I knew she couldn't shoot me a ZC on permanent loan. Coas pounded that in my head. Stay in your lane. No uppity human aspirations unless you want to be cast into the river Styx.
"You drive it hard, buddy boy. But okay, just so happens I have a spare."
Blue and not a Roman knockoff. I got enough junk from there.
"Sure, any color. It's, a rental."
This is too easy. ZCs are not something you barter away. Deal's off if it's not Greek. Now flit. I need some sleep. She left in an iridescent pop of sparkles and dust, while I searched for a cool spot on my pillow. To the west of daybreak, or close enough to it for my needs, I put an ear to my bedroom door to see if anyone was mucking about. Mom and Dad are still snoring, sunk in their California king, sleeping in on a Saturday morning, leaving me free rein. That gives me at least an hour before thunder farts from on high announce his and her wants breakfast. At least humans don't eat their children like the Olympians. I took the stairs 2 at a time, grabbed 2 Pop-Tarts, then flamed out the front door, slamming it hard enough to shake the pillars of our macropolis, one of hundreds tucked into the surrounding cul-de-sacs. Screw 'em. Let my dribbling siblings deal with the aftershocks. Better things to do than stick around waiting for chores tossed out like hand grenades. Outside, I wiggled my toes over my flip-flops, enjoying the dewy green. Today's first big decision. Pick an escape route before the late-rising fairies uncoil their wings to spray bitterness and doubt over the weak-minded. Since I'm tagged by the Titans, those nasties know where I live, and having a few of them hover over my house all day is an annoying pain. When they follow me, it's worse. Rather stick my nose up a skunk's ass than catch a whiff of their breath. Shadows spread across the lawn from Mom's wine and cheese wagon with a soccer ball and 3 stick-figure kid decals on the rear window. It's parked next to Dad's low-slung, needy speedy thing. I overheard Mom tell her bestie he bought it because he thought his ding-dong wasn't big enough. Giggling conspirators, they clinked goblets. 3 doors down curb-bound Harmony Drive. Mr. Harrison rode his mower in lazy laps, carving yard-wide sweeps with precise 4-inch overlaps. He's a disgusting, gorge-bellied man with chest hair like a sick raccoon. They should pass a law to make him wear a shirt. North is Ms. Frida's house. Her husband's a dead warrior killed in one of those desert countries that end in Stan. Hasn't cast a shadow for a couple years now. Never seen that yellow Hummer parked in her driveway before. A full-size rig, ass hanging over the sidewalk. A short, bald guy, I bet fuel for gossip. The wives of Harmony Drive give Ms. Frida the glare stare when she takes her mongrel dog and ponytail for jogs around the neighborhood in long-legged Lululemon strides. Damien's buzz sounded a second before she collided with my head. Grabbing a fistful of hair to arrest her landing, she leaned over my forehead, her big-eyed face upside down 2 inches from mine. She smelled like cinnamon toast crunch.
"How's my new best buddy today?"
she asked. I swatted and missed. "Thought you weren't gonna make it." When I woke up this morning, I hoped she wouldn't. Or her editor had better sense than to let me have a zone controller. "You got it?" I asked.
"Yep, here you go."
A controller materialized in my right hand. Nice fit. Buttons right under my fingertips, and the thumb ball is just a witch twitch away. Sweet. I didn't care about the promised subscription or the theater tickets since I'd need a Titan to take me there. If this ZC is the real deal, my summer's gonna be awesome. Hey, the red button's missing. The one Koyas let me use had a red button. Horrified, she said,
"You kidding me? A red button? Why not wish for Zeus's harem? Only gods get the red button."
She latched onto my ear and swung down, landing on my shoulder.
"You ready to start? Got an early press time and can't wait around all day."
Lacking enthusiasm, I said, "Climb aboard."
"There's gonna be a little pressure,"
she warned. It felt like she was squeezing a zucchini into my head. With a final fizzling pop, she was inside. Her voice echoed.
"Lots of room in here. Okay, I'm ready. Go on with your day. Pretend I'm not even here."
Just don't mess with my stuff. I wish-tossed the controller into the bag I kept just to the left of reality, then let my mind idle so she could pick through my files. The snarky thing commanded,
"Roll tape, Leroy."
They abducted me at 15. Every year, the Titans snag 12 kids my age to act as sentinels, one for each point in the zodiac. Turns out we're more like tent poles used to keep the 2 worlds from touching. It's a 1-year stint and not bad, considering the lifetime perks. They bent my brain so I could see the fury fairies and other Greek feature creatures, and gave me some talents and senses they said would come in handy to keep their world and ours at arm's length, or mend things if they touched. Koyas, my Titan mentor, told me to consider those abilities as fairy repellent. Fucking liar.
"Can I use that?"
Yeah, you can quote me. He knows what I think of him. You sure you want to hear all this old news?
"Yep, raw like that. Gives it punch for the readers. Keep going."
Since my release from his apprenticeship, Koyas has sort of been my handler, the kind spies have. He's one of the 12 original Titans, which means 11 other teens like me out here on a 1-year leash, keeping the edges from curling up and tacking human perception solidly away from the underlying tapestry. That lets Olympians, Titans, nymphs, fairies, sprites, and all the other half-breed creeps behind the veil of misty mystery masquerade as humans. Tag teens like me are the only people who can tell the difference.
"Hey, some of those half-breeds are my friends."
You said you wanted raw. Either leave or shut up. I don't need your mouth running. It throws me off. Now where was I? I wasn't missed the 4 months I was with Koyas at Olympus Academy. Time is a cloud for Titans. Not the one-way stream trapping human mortals inside like bumper rails at the bowling alley. They're above all that. Way above. Or maybe way outside. Doesn't matter. The point is, no one missed me since I got back the instant he grabbed me. Koyas instructed me on the finer points of wine pouring. For him, everything from physics to medicine to the nature of all things can be learned that way. But his first and last lesson was how to mess with the fairies. He's supposed to be the god of wisdom and all that, but I wasn't impressed. Mr. Johnson, my 10th grade chemistry teacher, seemed just as with it and way cooler. I found a weed stash in his desk when I was supposed to sweep classrooms after hours as a part-time student job. Righteous stuff. Blew my head right off. Fairies are not the Tinkerbell, Disney variety with long legs, wasp waists, and gossamer wings. Oh no. They're vicious, dark-souled little ghouls with more teeth and claws than brains. The source of chaos in this world. Pandora's vindictive pets. You need to get up early to beat 'em to the punch. Otherwise, they'll scratch your brain until sundown. That's what it's been like for me since I'm dead, or close enough until my contract is up. The difference doesn't matter much when you're in the zone living in Tannersville, New Jersey, where I walk through 4 of reality's dozen tangled dimensions. My musings fractured like sugar glass when my buddy Quentin rolled up in his Toyota, honking a horn, imitating the Titanic mating with a whale. Hey Benny, you ready to reap and sow? Reap and sow is Quint Squint's tagline for adventure. He doesn't understand the reference, just likes how it rolls off his tongue. Doesn't take much to fall into the adventure category for him. He leaned over to open the passenger door for me, pointing at the left side of his head. Pure shaved, accented by a wide grin plastered under his enormous nose. Bet that drove his mom ballistic. His dad probably just grunted. The outside handle on the passenger side door is missing. Lots of things missing from his 10-year-old ride. No radio, the back seat ripped out, no power windows. But a ride is a ride. Inside smells like rancid French fries. The back was littered with litter. Pool, I said, climbing in and tossing my day pack into the swamp behind the seats. For wannabe summer teen gods, summer begins on the first hot day of May, a jailbreak until September when the net catches us, tossing the lot of us back into high school to finish our sentences in a warehouse for humanity's annoying underage excess. We'll be lotus eaters, lolling around like shiny seals at the Williams Street Community Center. This summer's local Aphrodite holds court on high under the lifeguard umbrella in her red one-piece. Even the streak of silver paste zinc ointment on her nose doesn't break the spell. She's an older woman, a college sophomore, blasting her siren song, causing shipwrecks and broken hearts. Too early, he said, Quint said before whipping his asthmatic 4-banger steed east toward the beach. It's early, so skaters will be congregating before the crowds thicken to smush ice cream in their faces, choking up the boardwalk, not caring where they walk. Quint's not a skater. I tried it once and got knee scabs for life. Our lure is the sticky-floored, air-conditioned gaming dens strung along the same concrete promenade the boarders use to show off their painted planks, smooth moves, and attitudes. On the boardwalk, 3 boarders sweep by us, wheels grinding like pepper mills. Quint laced his fingers through a steel drop-down gate, broken-hearted. Aw, crap, Big Bob's ain't open yet. Another hour. There's always Fancy Nancy's, I told him. He's gonna bitch about that. The games there are for girls, but a few are okay. And the girls wiggle-giggle when they play. Quint's face bunched. Nancy's a mile down, I offered. It's not that far. We can catch the Jolly Trolley when it loops back. He looked at his phone, then shoved it in my face, showing me the time, huffing. Not running yet. We can stop halfway. I'll buy slushies. Grape. I said. Quint's a bit pigeon-toed, so walking isn't tops on his snappy happy list. But he's addicted to grape slushies. Won't need to bring out my joystick. I can use that to prod people, but not get them to do anything they wouldn't ordinarily do. You need a red button for that.
What do you see in that freak?
Quentin? He's been my buddy since 3rd grade.
You could do better.
Shut up, buttface.
I'm finding a lot of dusty junk in here. What's with the pile of old candy wrappers?
Told you to leave my stuff alone. After a quarter mile, I park Quint on a bench. He's mildly happy, sitting with his shades down, sucking a grapey while trying to look fabulous for the girl-wheelers. They've got legs way out of his league, but he catches a few smiles while eye-surfing and finger-lifting. A familiar, creepy feeling runs up the back of my neck. Across the boardwalk, a t-shirt stand attendant waves his attention flag. It's my mentor, Coas, looking like a homeless 80-year-old Muscle Beach reject. I give Quint the, I'm gonna check it out signal. He shrugs and keeps on slurping. What you doing, old man? I asked. Check your mouth, boy, or I'll fade you inside a stuffed elephant on the midway. He gave a deep look into my eyes. Who's your writer? Damien from Muse News, I said.
Hey, Coas, portend much?
Keep that sprite out of my hair. We have a problem. I hate it when he says we. It means I'm gonna be busting my ass while he grabs shade. What? Ferry front's moving in. Big one. Going to hit this beach in. He checked his non-existent watch. 30 minutes. What's their buzz? Don't know, but looks bad. Could mess things up for the festival. And as usual, you titans are just gonna sit back and watch it happen. His bushy eyebrows turned inward in a practiced, pained look. You know Zeus would clobber us if we interfered. Those are his fairies. This storm could mess up your entire summer, so get busy. Coas turned away and stepped to the middle of the boardwalk, waving his banner, bellowing, T-shirts, T-shirts, get 'em here, T-shirts. I snatched out Damien's controller to call up a scanner. Sure enough, a swarm of those beasties is headed straight for us. Looks like Quint's going to be on his own today. I did a quick catalog check on Greekopedia to see what fairies hate the most this time of day. Okay, bottle fly bombs are the weapon du jour. It'll be nothing but dropping and running for me. I roll my neck and shoulders, then do a few deep knee bends. The controller will help, but if I could skate, it would be easier. My first drop is in the trash can next to Quint's bench. Turning back to Quint, I find a cute skater babe leaning over the back of his bench, giggling at him for all she's worth. That's sus. Not the sort he attracts.
What's she doing here?
Who is she?
Antiope, daughter of Ares. The little bitch horned in on me when Demeter and I were getting cozy at the spring rites and line dance in Cleveland.
Line dance? You'd probably get stepped on.
Benny, Benny, Benny. I can be whatever size I want. You should know that.
A tug on my sleeve brought my attention to Antiope, rigged out in not much more than knee and elbow pads. Taking notice of my arrival, she asked,
Is that a controller in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I'm sort of busy. If you would just...
I know. That's why I'm here. Hi there, Damien.
Screw you.
Such a mouth. Anyway, Benny, I'm mad at Daddy and want to prove I'm my own goddess. So, I'm your ride today. I hate those little stink bugs.
Majestic wings blossomed from her shoulders, and gossamer tail feathers ruffled in the breeze. She gave her board a toe tap, expanding it to the size of my front door, and sprouting handrails. Quint, missing the attention he'd been getting, twisted around. You two know each other? His lips were as purple as the bleeding streak on his yellow SpongeBob t-shirt. I mashed the green button and pressed left, wiping his memory of the last 2 minutes, blanking us. He turned back to his previous visual pursuits. Antiope grabbed my arm.
Step aboard, not much time left.
Don't trust her. That smile is as fake as her...
Shut up, Damien.
Yeah, what he said?
Antiope injected.
The only thing fake about me is my feelings.
I wanted a life preserver, but Caius was nowhere in sight. The coward. Swallowing my justified fear of heights, I stepped onto her flyer. South, I command, just before holy crap thoughts squeeze my brain as we zoomed straight up. We bomb every municipal trash can on the boardwalk with buzzer bottles, waiting for the rolling thunder to swarm across the horizon.
We need to find a stable high point,
said Antiope. Fat chance of finding that on the Jersey Shore.
The Ferris wheel looks good.
You said stable. With one swoop, Antiope's wings launched us skyward.
Have you no faith in American steel?
She asked. The wheel swayed and bucked when we landed in the top car. I peeked over the edge. Bad move. I heaved my Pop-Tart breakfast onto the concrete 200 feet below.
See ya, Benny?
Said Antiope. Wait!
Sorry. Got tickets to the wine tasting in Paramus. Can't be late.
Panic, yes. Mild, no. Horror, yes. When I looked seaward at a sky black with fairies rolling in like concert fans sprinting to an open seating concert, but without the politeness.
Do you know what you're doing?
Asked Damien. Sort of.
Sort of? Hang on. I'm zipping out of here.
The sudden drop in pressure between my ears made my eyes roll like cherries in a slot machine. When the world steadied, I aimed the controller, sweeping the shore. Blue button. Left. Down. Nothing. It's like I'm holding a magic 8-ball. Try again later. I looked up to see roiling fairies crossing the surf line, waves of the little snits. Blue. Up left. The eruption along the boardwalk unleashed 10 trillion bottleflies. Every trash can was a mini Mount Vesuvius, unnoticed by tourists and locals who continued to skate, saunter, slurp, lick ice cream, and scratch their asses. If I can't stop this invasion, their moods are in for a seismic shift. The sky battle sounded like a jam-jarred bumblebee amplified 1,000,000 times as the flies sought the fecal stench of the fairies and began gnawing at their hind ends. Waves of the warriors on each side buffeted the Ferris wheel, pitching it left, then right. I wedged myself in the wide seat to keep both hands on the controller. Green button, a plus, a plus. That unleashed a pair of swats the size of garage doors against the horde, dropping them in gooey splats. Clean up on aisle 3. The humans below me stayed clueless as, in the zone, the wheel tipped to the side, then snapped back upright while the black storm tornadoed around me. Then it tipped again in a slow-motion pretzel twist. This time, in my reality, it kept going, wilting over the edge of the boardwalk in a screech of failing American steel. I let go of the controller as the beach rushed up to meet my face. Damien's buzz spiked through my head, bringing me to unwanted awareness. I kept my eyes shut, hoping she'd leave and let me rest in peace on the wet sand. No such luck. She dropped a hot-off-the-press newspaper on my face. The large, bold headline read, "Benny dies on the wheel." Hey, I'm not dead yet.
Just a contingency, in case, well, you know, keep it as a souvenir.
I scraped beach mung from my hair and spit out salty sand before my eyes met Koa's ugly mug, staring down at me. His lips were moving, so he was lying. You've got 4 lives left, Benny. Better choose your actions wisely in the future. 4 months left on your enlistment, and I don't have time to train a replacement. Damien chimed in.
You owe me for that busted controller. It was a rental.
Success of sorts. The wheel is erect, and the sky is blue. A slight sea breeze brushed my face. People are standing elbow to elbow along the Midway's boardwalk railing, looking down at me like I'm a beached whale. One of those is Quint Squint. Nice faceplant, buddy. Slurp. Hey, Big Bob's is open. Groaning. My face dropped back on the sand. I need a girlfriend.